Hey, it's Sam here from kitchengadgetsclub.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I've got a brilliant one for you. I'm going to show you how to cook a gammon on the probe using the 15-in-1. If you've always wanted to cook gammon like this, then it's brilliant. I've just got a small one now, and I recommend a small one for testing how it works so that you can build up your confidence before you do it into a full roast dinner. But it's brilliant for if you want some sliced ham, and I just love how delicious it is when you use the kitchen gadgets like the 15-in-1 compared to the old-fashioned method in the oven. And we're going to use steam roast. So let's steam roast some gammon, shall we? So because we're using the steam roast, any that begin with the word steam need the 1 cup of liquid, which is the equivalent of about 240 ml. So pop out your air fryer basket, pour in your liquid, add your air fryer basket back in, and let's prepare the gammon for a steam roast. We're really not doing anything with it, we're basically just putting it in there, but I just want to show you how it works and how you attach the probe and that kind of thing. So unpack your gammon, and then ours is your smaller 750 gram one. It's perfect for if you were doing a campfire stew, or you just wanted a quick roast, or if you just want to learn how to use the probe and you just want a simple recipe to get you started with it. So that's how your gammon will look once it's unpacked. I'm keeping the layer around it just to keep it in place, and then you can pop it in. And now I'm going to show you how to attach the probe. So shall we put the probe in on the gammon, and I'll show you how it's done. So I'm holding the camera and Dom's going to show you how it works. So that is the probe that comes with the Ninja 15-in-1. So it's important that you plug the remainder of it back in. And then that is the probe that goes to one side. And instead you plug this part of it in, and then that's your probe stick, and you want to put it into the thickest part of the meat because that's what you want to record the internal temperature as. So we've gone right in the middle there, as you can see on the gammon, and now it's ready for setting the time and temp. So pop your lid down, turn on your Ninja Foodi, and then you're looking for steam roast, which is in the middle section, and then you're looking to press manual, set it to 75 Celsius, and then press start. And now it'll start preheating, and you'll start seeing a temperature coming up, so you know then what temperature it's at and how much further it's got to climb to until it hits the 75 degrees temperature. When you first got a multi-cooker, it's so hard understanding the times and temps and getting the food spot on and cooked perfectly. That's why we've made for you the multi-cooker cooking guide. It features all the main functions of the multi-cooker, from dehydrate to grill to steam roast to steam air fry, pressure cooking, and of course simple everyday air frying. It's perfect for lots of different types of multi-cookers, from Instant Pot users to Ninja Foodi users, Ninja Speedy, air fryer. Even if you've got a flex straw, it's just perfect for so many of them. You'll find the link below in the description, and you can pre-order it now. And now let's get back to the video. So we've hit 55 degrees, and that's the kind of temperature I wanted to pause it at if you wanted to add any honey and mustard. So let's show you what it looks like so far. And wow, that's got some lovely colour to it. I tell you, it is so noisy when you're doing this. You know, the steam roast, steam bake and the steam air fry and the 15-in-1 are loud. It's like an engine going off. So if you think that noise is unusual, then note it's across the board. What I've got here, I'll just move this back a little bit so you can see better. So what I've got here is I've got a little bowl, and I've got some lovely honey that I picked up in the Gambia, and it's just a lovely bit of honey. You can use any honey, of course, whatever you prefer. And then last but not least, you want some mustard, and then you can have it as mustardy as you want. So then just give it a quick stir. You can also add in some garlic if you prefer to this, or just stick with honey and mustard. Oh, what a lovely mixture we've got going on there as well. So you don't want to be long because you don't want it to lose temperature, so start adding it in, and then you can kind of brush it around a bit as well. It's harder because you've got the probe in to get in where you want to be, so you'll have a bit of it that'll drip down, and you can get some around the edges as well, and it's just nice to get that honey glaze on. So then once you've done that, lid back down, and it'll continue climbing up until it reaches its 75. So something interesting to note here, that when you are doing it and you leave it to rest for a couple of minutes, it does gain some extra temperature. Like we stopped it on 55 then to do the honey, and we lifted the lid up and everything, and by the time we put it back down a couple of minutes later, it was already at 58. So it is pretty quick at the climbing up to the correct temperature. And with beet, I tell you, I was just saying to Dom, it's like watching paint dry. When you sat there and you're just staring at it, waiting for it to hit its perfect temperature, because it just felt like it was sat on 74 for ages. But that's the thing, normally when you're on a timer of a cooking time, you can count down and you think, oh, 5 more minutes, or I can go off and do something. But when it's actually on the probe, it's like, hurry up, I've just had enough now, you know. And especially when you're tired when you're doing dinner time. But it's also nice as the probe because it's giving you the perfect internal temperature, so you know that your food's going to be spot on. So shall we get the lid up and take a look? Let the steam go a bit. You will have a fair bit of steam, and that is because we've cooked on steam roast, and you know, it's the perfect one for if you're cooking your roasting meat on the probe. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get it out, and we can allow it to rest. So a tea towel to get the probe out, because it is very hot. Oh, you burn yourself on that, I tell you. Oh, so now grab your air fryer basket out, and then what we can do is we can wrap it in some foil and allow it to rest. Get some foil out. Fork works well. Oh, this is lovely and juicy. Oh, and it's got that lovely layer of honey as well. And then wrap it up tightly in foil, and we can let that rest for a bit, and then we can get the Ninja put away, tidied up and everything, and then we can show you exactly what this gammon's like. So I've allowed it to rest, and this is going to make a brilliant supper for us. It's perfect for Sunday roast as well, on so many other reasons. I've noticed that the price has gone up quite a lot recently on sliced ham, so by doing your own gammon, it's a great cheaper way and to save some money along the way. So let's open it up, shall we? Oh wow, look at that beauty! Doesn't it look lovely? So I kept the layer on just to keep it together, so we can start by getting rid of that. So that's just the plastic layer that's still on it. It's up to you whether or not you cook with it or you take it off earlier. There we go. So we can put that to one side, and then move it onto the chopping board, get rid of that. And now we can slice into it, and I can show you what it's like. Oh, and look at that, doesn't that ham look absolutely amazing? Let's try some, shall we? This is really good. Check it out. Steam's still coming off it. So nice to make your own, isn't it? And that is just how simple it is to do your gammon using the steam roast setting of your Ninja Foodi, and of course you can just air fry it if you prefer, and it's just a great way to cook it at home for your dinners. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at kitchengadgetsclub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.